Welcome to Fun and Games Side Quests. Every episode is a different host sharing a video game they love and why they love it.
Hello fellow sidequesters, my name is Luis Alamilla. I'm a video game reviewer on youtube.com/LuisGVN, and I work on the support team for 505 Games. Today I want to talk about Tetris Effect, one of my favorite games of all time. Tetris isn't necessarily an unknown game. Heck, it's one of the best-selling games of all time. It's a renowned classic, and I think that's why this reinvention of the classic stands out to me so much. The combination of classic Tetris with stunning visuals and a marvelous soundtrack shot it up my list for Game of the Year in 2018. The definition of Tetris Effect is the phenomenon of doing something so much it begins to create images in your mind, sometimes evading your deepest dreams. It became a well-known common occurrence when those that played long hours of Tetris began to see blocks when they weren't playing the game. It coined the term Tetris Effect, and it became the sensational inspiration for Mizuguchi's take on the series. Across 30 levels, about 2 hours of gameplay, you'll visit the depths of space, the peaks of snowy tundras, and the vast dry fields of the deserts. This is only scratching the surface. These levels are designed to have the visual backdrop and music synchronized together into the gameplay. Drop a tetrimino and hear a chime, clear a line and you'll hear a bell. Reach a certain score and have the entire level evolve alongside with the speed of that level. This assortment of synchronization along with the game's presentation would get me to feel this genuine emotional reaction to the gameplay. I felt happy singing and playing along to the connected theme in the deep level, while feeling this sort of melancholy sadness in the Aurora Peak level. The level of immersion felt unreal to me. The combination of playing in a dark room with a great pair of headphones on a 4K display, it was easy to get lost in the gameplay. Underneath all the bells and whistles, this is still just classic Tetris, a timeless classic that feels even better in this form. For those still unfamiliar, Tetris is a puzzle game that has you drop different shaped tetriminos into a well as you try to clear lines and continue on with your score. Over time, as your score increases, the speed of the tetriminos begins to increase, and as a result, the game gets progressively more challenging. By default, you have features like hold and your tetrimino queue turned on, letting you both hold onto a piece for later, while also seeing what the next tetrimino will be. Both of these can be turned off though, for anyone that just wants a more vanilla experience. With this iteration of the series also came the new zone feature. As you begin to clear lines, you'll notice your zone meter at the bottom left start to fill up. With the press of your triggers, you can activate it, sending you into this trance-like area where cleared lines go to the bottom of the well. Time is slowed down, and for the first time, you can clear lines above a Tetris, reaching things like a dodecatris. It's mesmerizing and a new strategic factor into the gameplay. Newly added with the recent connected version of the game is a refined multiplayer mode. The new connected mode acts as a co-op feature where 3 players can team up to play against an AI-controlled boss. It's an interesting take on the gameplay that, as far as I can remember, hasn't really been done before. Connecting 3 different wells into one, players work in unity to take on a single higher level enemy, as if this were a traditional head-to-head match. It oddly felt therapeutic in a way, and being able to play with my friends but not against each other for once was a lot of fun. For anyone like myself that gets a bit too into Tetris, but wants someone else at a lower level to play with them, this is a great solution. Tetris Effect Connected continues to be my favorite version of Tetris. It takes the timeless gameplay that we grew up playing and reimagines it in unforgettable ways. When a simple puzzle game like Tetris can make you feel genuine happiness and sadness, you know it's a special game. The new performance optimizations added to the single player mode, along with the added multiplayer modes for both versus and co-op, make this a definitive way to play Tetris. It's available on Xbox One, PS4, PC, and even the Oculus Store, which, by the way, this game is amazing in VR, but I digress. If you have Game Pass, it's available on both Xbox and PC, and I can guarantee it's well worth checking out. Happy gaming.
So, I have a question. Have you ever wanted to get into comics, but you just didn't know where to start? Well, welcome to Comics Quest. I'm JD Martin, and every week I sit down with a guest to talk a comic that I think anybody can pick up and start their comics reading journey. We take a look at psychedelic sci-fi, fantastical action, heart-wrenching love stories, and of course, superheroes. So check us out at certainpov.com or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
CPOV.
certainpov.com.